So somebody posted a video of Paul Ryan,
Oh, really?
and I just responded. I didn't even watch the video. All I did was I just wrote like something like, I failed to find one actual conservative in Congress, right? So all these people responded to me, like actual conservatives, like people. They're like, somebody wrote the following: Jim Jordan, Chip Roy, Byron Donalds, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Lauren Boebert, Matt Gaetz, maybe a few more, but not many. And then this guy, what? Have you been asleep during the last week? While those 21 House Republicans may have well saved our republic. I wrote, I watched every single solitary vote. They caved. It was a dog and pony show, Kabuki theater. And then I wrote, Jordan nominated McCarthy. Maybe Gaetz, maybe Chip Roy also, maybe Boebert. Marjorie Taylor Greene sold out. Same with Donalds. The dude goes on MSLSD. Donalds, he went on MSNBC, dude. Нафиг с ними разговаривать.
Bro, Marjorie Taylor Greene
is a prostitute. She's an actual hooker.
How did I know?
She's an actual call girl.
What do you mean?
Like she sleeps around.
Oh, okay. So it's not literally.
No. I mean, whatever.
Literally a streetwalker.
No. But like, she might as well be.
So, yeah. So I don't know about whether or not that is not. It's not germane.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I heard her say, yeah, the election was stolen, right?
Yeah.
Probably more than once I need to double check that. But then, I see a clip of her. By the way, Laura Loomer is all over her, man. It's so awesome.
Hilarious. Laura Loomer is like comedy gold at this point.
Laura Loomer is like a Rottweiler.
Yeah.
She's like a political Rottweiler. It's awesome.
Yeah. Laura, if you ever watch this, we mean that in the best way possible.
I think I saw it was today or yesterday. She had like on Twitter some kind of comment. She's like, if you don't know, she's responding to someone. If you don't know that rhinos are Democrats by now, then I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. So I post my little, Sam Kinison screaming, rhinos equals Democrats. Say it, Yeah.
Dude,
and then I realized Laura is still in her 20s. And she probably watched Barney growing up. She doesn't have no idea who Sam Kinison is. So I wrote, Laura, you may not know who Sam Kinison is, but for those that do,
You should look him up because he's awesome.
Yeah.
No, dude, you know what nickname I gave her? I gave her the name Eucalyptus. I call her an Israeli eucalyptus, even though she's not Israeli, but because how do they drain the swamps in Israel? Eucalyptus trees.
But she is an Israelite, so it's fine.
Yeah. So I call her Eucalyptus.
A real Israelite.
Listen, Trump was the big eucalyptus. He was like a giant ass eucalyptus tree. Tried to be one. They're still trying to chop him down. The swamp flies.
What do you think they're trying to do to Biden right now?
Dude, it's all a dog and freaking. I think they're trying to phase him out so they can just have like the camel, the female camel.
Amalek?
Abdul Nasser.
Yeah.
And then who's going to be vice president? Butt Gage? Ass Gage?
Butt egg.
Who's going to be the vice president?
Alfred E Newman.
That's what you call him? Oh, he kind of looks like him.
I recognized it right away, but it was funny. Trump said, he goes, this guy looks like Alfred E Newman.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so funny.
I believe.
If we had to have him, thank God he looks like that. On some level, thank God because if he didn't, it'd be much harder.
Dude, it's like a, P.G. O'Rourke. As much as I'm pissed off with him because he kind of became a rhino lately, he wrote a book called Parliament of Whores about Congress. The book was written. When was it written? It was written in the year 2000 and I'm sorry, 1991. He wrote this book.
Oh, the Year of the Rat. Nice.
Year of the Rat.
No, I was gonna say it was written in the year. I was like the Year of the Rat. You didn't hear it, so I needed to repeat it. You Your
Oh.
booming voice overwhelmed my shtick.
Oh.
So I needed to
Brian Walsingham says Democrats are house cleaning. Yeah, I guess they are. Now that they,
this is all, dude, Brian,
Okay.
this is
Theater.
theater. None of it's real.
dinner,
not-
dinner theater.
This is a script.
Yeah.
This is a script.
K-Fab.
When is intermission?
Yeah.
Okay, when is this play over so I
Yeah.
can get home? Okay, that's what I want to know.
Yeah.
How long is this damn show? You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, it's like going to Cats and a funny thing happened on the way to the forum and Moon over Buffalo and
Yeah.
the Phantom of the Opera, but not as good as any of that, but much longer.
The
So boring. So boring.
I responded to me about the conservatives in Congress. Unbelievable.
What's so unbelievable?
This guy goes, Jim Jordan wanted to be on the intelligence committee, so he nominated Kevin. I'm not sure MTG sold out. Saw her phone with Donald Trump on it, so I think she was working with Gates. I still love Donald's, the black guy, and I think he's a good man. Not a fan of Kevin McCarthy, but I think the new House rules are helpful. But we have so with a lot of prayer we might survive. This guy wrote all big losers. And then it's amazing how people are they're like battered women, battered
No,
spouses.
because if they admit to themselves that it's all theater,
Then what's next?
then they don't know how to, like, what is the alternative?
How do you proceed? Yeah, how do we proceed now? You don't proceed. I mean, there's you turn into us.
Well, actually, here's a suggestion.
Yeah.
Remember that idea, like, we know who you are. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
We could make similar videos. People can send videos, they can write letters, they can send emails saying, we know this is all fake.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if, like, Washington was flooded with hundreds of millions of emails from Americans saying, we know that it's all fake. You can stop the act. Stop pretending.
It's like the World Governing Federation or something, WGF, WGE.
Hey man, should we launch this?
World Congress Entertainment.
No, I'm just saying, like, should we launch this campaign?
Yeah, we should.
To get people to write a letter to your representative, any person.
We know you're fake.
We know that we don't have a government anymore, that that you guys are all actors. We know that. Wouldn't it be amazing? I don't know what it would do, but at least it would finally. Don't you just want people to stop pretending at some point? Just like, can we just end this farce?
Yeah.
Right? Just end it. We know you're fake. We know it's. Can you just at least just go straight dictator?
Yeah. Stop pretending that
Yeah. Stop pretending that you guys do anything that that you're still
resembles democracy.
In our republic. We know that we don't have a republic anymore. We have Plato's republic.
Yeah.
That's what we have.
Or banana.
We don't have our American republic anymore.
It's at best like a banana republic.
It's not a banana republic because banana republics don't have the most, they don't have Space Force. Right? They don't have
no.
Who knows what they have?
Yeah.
We know you're fake. Yeah. Maybe that's what it takes. We're just not gonna. We're not tuning in anymore to the Capitol Hill soap opera. It's not real. There's more interest. It's fake. There's more interesting things to watch.
Yeah.
Go home. Stop it. We don't care. You're not congressman. You're not.
They're bringing forth bills that are not even going to get passed because the Senate is Democrat, and Biden is not going to sign anything. And even if he vetoes everything, we don't have enough to override his veto. So, like, what are we talking about? Oh, it's a signal for the signal. You might as well do smoke signals with Sitting Bull. Pooping dog.
Here's what you could say. Here's another thing. If we could say you're fake, or we could just like focus on the Republicans and say, we know you're all fake. We know that there's no Republicans. We know that whatever there is, it's much closer to what Democrats are presenting themselves to be.
It's much closer to what Democrats were. They're not even like centrist. I think centrist Democrats are more conservative than what Republicans are today.
Centrist.
The ones that existed back then, like Edwards.
No, there are no centrists.
The blue dog Democrats that were back in the day.
No, well, here's what I'm saying. They're literally actors. They literally have no power. They're literally not doing anything real.
Yeah.
It's like Stalin's aqueduct.
Yeah.
His canal.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's fake. It's like WWF.
Yeah, that's what I said. KFAB. Yeah.
KFAB, that's like.
Yeah. You know what's funny? I'm wondering if that's the case with Israel, but in Israel, like you see that they are actually like the right wings are actually doing something, and these there's all these people.
What are they doing?
No, first of all, no, they're attacking right now the Supreme Court. They're freaking trying to dismantle the damn thing. They're mamash trying to dismantle it as it is.
Have they done anything?
Yes.
Has anything been done?
It literally started to be done like that to the point where these people are coming out in the street. The leftists came out in the streets. Oh, you're destroying our democracy. You're destroying all the foundations of what Ben Gurion built. And
what is one thing? Have they removed a single crazy leftist evil judge?
Listen, let's go on Times of Israel. Let's see. Here, in a fiery speech, Hayut, she's the chief, Esther Hayut, she's the chief judge of the Supreme Court, says judicial shakeup plan fatal blow to Israeli democracy. See, it says, in an extraordinary speech delivered with indignation and fiery rhetoric, Supreme Court President Esther Hayut denounced the new government's plan to radically overhaul Israel's judicial and legal system, saying it would deal a fatal blow to the country's democratic entity. Yeah, a freaking thing that rules with complete impunity and pulls Jews out of their homes every day. Every day. Speaking Thursday night in Haifa, Hayut declared that the sweeping changes to the legal system would fatally undermine judicial independence, giving the Knesset a blank check to pass any legislation it pleases, even in violation of basic civil rights. Dude, this Supreme Court does things worse than the Knesset could ever do. Deny the courts the tools needed to serve as a check on the executive power. They're not a check.
The Supreme Court is who rules the country.
They need to be checked. Yeah, they need to be checked. Justice Minister Yariv Levin, who is spearheading the reforms, lambasted Hayut's speech, saying it underlined his arguments that the justice system has been politicized, and chastised her for violating ethics rules for serving judges. Opposing leader Yair Lapid, however, gave Hayut full backing, of course, saying the opposition would stand by her side in the struggle for the soul of the country and the attempt to dismantle Israel's democracy.
For the soul of the country. Very interesting.
They don't have a soul.
They control the soul of, they literally control the soul, meaning they have it imprisoned.
Yeah,
they want to control and imprison the soul of the Jewish people.
The collective neshama. Yeah.
That's what they've been doing.
Yeah.
The Erev Rav.
Yeah.
So he's right. He's telling the truth.
Yeah. And she's like, this is a plan to crush the justice system. It's a design to deal a fatal blow to the independence of judiciary and silence it. If it's implemented, the 75th anniversary of Israel's independence will be remembered as the year in which the country's democratic entity was dealt a fatal blow. Yes, Baruch HaFreaking Shem.
Okay, so has any judge been removed?
They're doing it. They're doing
You're not answering my question.
Right now, listen, you can't do it like this.
Okay,
it's a legal process.
So they're not look, what I call doing it is when a judge is removed, okay, and not replaced with somebody equal or worse.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. They started the process. Listen.
Because politicians, they'll march on the street. And
dude, you understand
they'll
how
have a great photo op, and it'll be like a very dramatic moment.
No, for sure. But like, you understand that this system is has been so. It's like a freaking, at this point, it's like some sort of like a it's like a benign. It's at this point, it's a malignant tumor, and you have to do precision surgery to remove it at this point. You know what I mean? Like it's constitutional crisis looms. What constitutional? We don't even have Israel doesn't have a constitution. It has something like a hodgepodge thing of like Roman, Ottoman, British common law, oatmeal. That's the constitution in Israel. That's what we have. Yeah, see, police say intel points to potential unrest at anti-government rally. So when they lose, they can set shit on fire and they go berserk. Unbelievable. It's just incredible. Just incredible. Yeah. I don't know. It's just the sad part for me is that the problem is that when the right wing in Israel takes over, they don't operate like the libertarian style right wing in America.
The libertarian right wing in America don't operate like
I'm just saying when Trump was in power, like Trump, for example, they don't operate like Trump. They don't stay out of your way. They also stay in your way. This is what they did during COVID. That's why all the religious Zionist segment and all these people, the Bibi supporters, they all ran to the Shmexin because to them that's like the right wing represents power, and it's one thing if you use the power for I don't know, stomping out terrorists, and like right now, for example, Ben Gvir is like, I ban all Palestinian flags. Okay, great, fantastic, but he could just use that same power to basically come in and say like, turn Israel Dafka, you can turn it into a police state. Actually, he could, I don't know if he would. The issue with police is not even the government. The issue with police is the police itself, meaning who do they hire for police? How much money do they allocate to pay the police? Not a lot. So who do they get as police going out for to be policemen? It's like the guys from Idiocracy. We have a certain individual, we captured a certain individual, and we ascertain the individual. Like those kind of guys,
Listen, the Israeli Knesset, okay, those 120 individuals are the worst people in Israel.
Yeah,
that's where the worst people in Israel end up. It's like, like a panhandler.
Yeah,
like when you want to see, you have like a sifter.
Yeah.
When you sift, the worst, the dregs fall into the Knesset. Okay, and they can do nothing but cause disaster. There's nothing that they can do except for disaster.
Yeah.
They cannot do a single thing that is good for the Jewish people. Not a single thing. Everything they do is detrimental.
Yeah.
Everything they're ever going to do is detrimental. We need to be rescued from them. We cannot look to them for. We cannot hope to them. These people are not. Even if I didn't say that they were, Gnostic fruitcakes, which they are.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't believe that, we finally have a religious government. I don't believe it. You can't. They don't let normal people into the Knesset. They don't let them. How could they've never let them? Why should they start now?
Yeah.
They have characters.
Dude, I can speak from personal
Tevye, Tevye, they have Fiddler on the Roof.
Yeah.
In the Knesset. They don't have real religious Jews.
Dude, when I was in all this Jewish organizational world, and I used to meet these people, whether they were MKs, whether they were just like, what I call apparatchik operatives or whoever. I didn't meet one person who didn't creep me the hell out. Not one. You know who I met? That one person who didn't creep me out and who still does not creep me out, and actually who I like. But he's not a politician. He's an analyst. He's a professor. Mordechai Kedar. I met one person in the entire, I guess you can call it, political apparatus in Israel who's normal. Professor Dr. Mordechai Kedar. That's it.
I tend to agree.
One. And you know what? You know how I know he's normal? Because he recently came out and said we need to reopen the Rabin case and relook at what's going on. And of course, what happened? Bar Ilan University, the religious university, put him on, administrative leave or whatever. And I asked him about it. He's like, yeah, I'm retired. I'm going to retire anyway. So whatever, screw them. Blah, blah, blah. Один человек на всю страну. Нормально.
Yeah. It's the same thing here in the United States. Okay.
Yeah.
The American people and the Jewish people in Israel were held hostage. We're in prison by some kind of entity. Okay, it's not us. I don't believe that it's ultimately. I don't believe it's us. I don't believe that it's human.
No.
Remember how we defined what a human is and what an animal is?
Yeah.
Right. The Torah. It's not me. It's not we didn't define it. Right. It's the type of consciousness that you have.
Yeah.
Right. It's not the body. Okay. I don't believe that the people who end up in these institutions are Adam. I believe they are Nachash. Like that's real Nachash consciousness. Like some of them are open about it and some of them aren't.
Dude, can I say something? I think there's one.
Did you see? Hold on. Did you see? Like they voted. It was 210 Democrats that went full Nachash, full demon. Right.
Yeah.
Right. On the they didn't want to support a bill that would give medical care, to a baby that was born during an abortion, a living baby, right? So
yeah,
the darkness is upon us. Like, half of that group is out in the open. They're literally not human.
Yeah.
Because it's not their babies. They don't care about human babies.
Yeah.
I'm sure they take care of their serpent babies.
Yeah.
Okay. They're Nachash babies. Okay.
Yeah.
But human babies don't deserve care. They should be killed. Right.
Yeah.
That's how they view things. Okay.
Yeah.
I completely. There's no way that Nadler can be Jewish. That he has a Jewish soul or anything
he's gone. He's gone. He's been gone.
He's gone. You ever see those videos or those movies about zombies? Like a zombie bites someone, right?
Yeah.
And the person doesn't immediately turn into a zombie. There's like a 15 minutes like process where the guy's like, he's always like, get away from me. It's too late for me. That kind of thing,
Yeah.
So that's what, that's not a great example. It's more like just a transformation, right?
Yeah.
So becoming a leftist, right, is that like transition from humanity to becoming a demon, a real demon. Like you can forfeit your humanity. You can so disgust the godly part of your soul that all you're left with is the animated soul, which on its own is very, very, very vulnerable to the Sitra Achra. The Sitra Achra will claim it without any positive influence. Okay. So leftism is like releasing the worst possible smelling gas. And the godly soul cannot be anywhere near it.
Yeah.
Okay. So after a while, you're just not you're just a thing. You're not even a person.
I think there's one guy in the Knesset, I think Ben Gvir is human. I think he is. I think he's fighting a lot of non-humans. He goes on the media, he goes in the Knesset. I think there's a couple of guys in the Haredi party, not all of them.
Look, this might be not fair to Ben Gvir, but the only reason why I suspect him is because they allowed him anywhere near. To me, it's almost.
I don't think they allowed him. I think they fought tooth and nail not to allow him, and I think he got, like Trump, he just got in despite all their stuff, like as like a miracle.
I don't think. See,
seriously,
that doesn't make sense. That narrative, it doesn't make sense because it's so carefully screened and controlled.
Yeah, but you see how nuts they're going now that he's in. People like him are in.
Are they really going nuts?
They are.
Or is it just theater? I think it's theater.
I think the people who are protesting the theater is in the Knesset. I think the people who are walking around and protesting and all that stuff, they actually feel this way. I think there are people, again, there's the followers who actually feel this way, And then there's the the leaders who are theatrics.
Right. So that's what we're talking about. We're talking about the theater actors.
Yeah.
Okay. And who don't respond at all to anything going on with the people on the street. They don't respond to it at all.
Yeah.
And their job is to trick people into thinking that that people actually have some kind of representation in in the halls of power, right? And once you get into the halls of power, you just become an actor, right?
Yeah.
And then as long as you have the people convinced, your political party, right, that you're actually their leader when you're not, right?
Yeah.
Then that's how the whole thing continues. Once people are like, I think step one is like, if I could just get everybody to be like, just turn away, like, guys, this is all fake. This is a TV show that they put on for you. This is not what is running the show. This is not. So fine. Once you realize that's not what's running the show, okay, then we'll take the time to figure out who is running the show. But step one is to get them to stop pretending. See what happens.
Yeah.
See what happens when you turn off, Capitol Hill, when you turn off C-SPAN, like in your mind, meaning like it's not real. Like you're watching a scripted event. You're watching WWF. Okay. And that's it. I don't know where to go from there, but that's definitely the step that we have to take. We have to recognize it's not real. They're not real. These are actors. Okay.
Hmm.
I think some of them on the right before they get there, like right before they, they're at the threshold, right?
Hmm.
Before they're taken in to the Knesset or into the government in the United States.
Yeah.
They're still like they still think that they're doing something. Once they get in there, it's like stepping through the illusion. They're like, oh, okay. Is that really what's going on? I didn't see that coming. This is very, very not what anybody thinks outside beyond the veil. You know what I mean? Like, it's definitely something like that. Like I'm very, very, can a person ever really be certain about anything? You know what the word certain means? Meaning like, I know for 100%.
Yeah.
I don't know for 100%, but it's very, very difficult to imagine how it's not the case.
Yeah.
I don't want to participate in this discourse anymore. It's like talking about like a TV show. It's like, you see what happened on Stranger Things?
Did you see what happened on WWF? I can't believe Hulk Hogan won.
Yeah.
We used to talk when we were kids. We were like, oh, Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior. Right. We kind of knew it was fake, but they were like, oh man, did you see that body? Did you see how Hulk Hogan body slammed Andre the Giant? Wow, I can't believe he picked him up. Did you see when Yokozuna sat on Hogan's face and he had to go to the hospital?
Yokozuna, man. I haven't.